Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first ever cooking video podcast. I'm your host, Chef Alex Cardinale. It's been a long time since I've hosted a cooking podcast. And today, for the very first time ever, I am doing a cooking video podcast. For the first time ever, I am broadcasting live here on Facebook as well as my YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale. So thank you so much, everybody that has tuned in live. I hope you enjoy today's video. So for those of you tuned in on Facebook, welcome to the live stream. And those of you tuning into my very first YouTube live stream, welcome to today's channel. So before we get started with our actual topic today, I would like to introduce myself. Like I said, I am Chef Alex Cardinale. I am glad to be back and doing a video podcast. In 2013, I started an audio podcast called Chef Cardinale Cooking Show, and that was very, very successful. It was successful for many years. But now I'm going to take the plunge and do cooking and baking video podcast. So that should be really exciting. So in the future, I am going to be doing live cooking and baking videos. I think I'm going to start doing live actual cooking and actual baking videos in September. All right. So next month, you can expect to see live cooking and baking videos. But today, we're going to do an exciting food-related video. I am going to be reacting to other people's Italian cooking. Now, I am Italian. With a name like Cardinale, you have to be Italian. So I love Italian food and I love Italian cooking. So my friends told me a good idea for me to come back with a cooking podcast would be to react to other people's cooking on YouTube. And I said that's actually a great idea. And I thought of, well, what would be the first type of cooking I would review or react to? And Italian cooking came up because it's my favorite cuisine and I love Italian food. So all my friends went out, they watched a lot of Italian cooking videos. So every single video you're going to see on today's live stream was handpicked by them. I have not seen any of the videos that are going to be played during today's live stream. So my reactions are going to be a spur of the moment reaction. They're going to be a genuine live reaction. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be seeing good Italian cooking or bad Italian cooking. But I can guarantee you I will give you a genuine reaction. So before I get started, I would like to remind everybody that you too can also be a part of today's video. So what is your reaction to the cooking videos I am going to show you? Comment in the comments down below and I will show your reactions as well. And like always, if you have any Italian cooking questions or Italian food questions, post them down in the comments below and I will be glad to answer them as well. So my friends have chosen 8 Italian cooking videos for me to watch along with you, and then I will react to them. So now is the time to go ahead and let my reacting begin, shall we? We're going to start with our first video. And I guess this is spaghetti and meatballs, which is a classic Italian dish. Everybody likes spaghetti, and everybody likes meatballs. So let's check it out.
Oh my gosh. Holy cow. That's just right on the countertop.
Yep, all my friends are coming over.
Holy
And
smokes.
this is the easiest way
Is it?
to make spaghetti for a crowd. And it's fun. It's all just right in front of you. You don't have to worry about dishes or a mess or anything like that.
It's on your countertop.
Yeah, this is how it works.
But it's all over your counter.
And then the next step is you need a meatballs.
Meet the balls. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my
Right in line.
gosh. And you've done this before.
Oh yeah, we do this all the time. This is like
Holy
literally
smokes. This
the
is
fastest
so
way.
cool.
to feed a ton of people.
So
Cheese.
that's Parmesan cheese?
Yep. You just go in a straight line.
Yeah.
Everyone loves good cheesy
Oh my
spaghetti.
gosh,
So you want to
of
make sure
course.
that you're getting enough in there.
Right.
Okay?
Yep. Wow.
And then you take your noodles.
Oh my gosh. And you just dump it.
Yep. Could be a little hot, so be careful.
Sure. So you just shake it out.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And this is not, I don't think this is going to be enough noodles.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to make sure you have enough.
Right.
Because you don't want your guests to go hungry.
I would never want my guests to go hungry.
Okay, so we pile them on up there,
Wow.
just like that.
Wow.
Okay?
It's like steaming.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh,
hot.
that's so cool.
And now,
What do we do?
well, you gotta mix it up, girl.
Okay, let's mix it up.
So, take,
You just fold it in.
yep, just fold it in,
Fold
just
it
like
in.
that.
This is right in.
Yeah, how delicious is this look?
It looks so good.
And then at the end, you kind of want to like really get it in
Yeah.
there. You want it all covered.
This is amazing. Where did you see this? Like, is this a family tradition?
Well, I'm Italian,
Yeah.
and real Italians, this is how you make spaghetti.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. And then, if you want to,
Yeah, what can we do?
add a little salad at the end.
Oh my gosh.
Right
Yeah.
here, like that. You see that?
Yeah. Heck yeah, I do.
Italian.
Oh my gosh.
Duh.
What do we do with that?
Just put it right here.
Yeah.
And look, this is like everything you need
This is everything you need.
for an Italian. This is a definition of family style.
Wow, are you freaking serious? That is so cringeworthy. I had a hard time watching that video from the beginning to the end. So many things I can complain about as a chef. Number one, you're serving food on a countertop that is home to numerous variants of bacteria. Number two, you're using jarred tomato sauce, which is like a sin in traditional Italian cooking. Number three, they're using frozen meatballs that you cook in the microwave, which is another sin in Italian cooking. Number four, she's putting salad right next to the spaghetti, which is another sin, in my opinion. And number five, she's mixing it all together on the countertop that is home to thousands of bacteria. Some bacteria that could actually cause salmonella and food poisoning. So I don't understand how she's talking about this being traditional Italian cooking unless she wants to give her guests and her family members traditional Italian salmonella or traditional Italian food poisoning. So if this is how women of this generation are cooking, then thank God I'm able to cook, because I don't need a woman cooking for me if that's how they cook and that's how they serve food, by placing it on a countertop. I'm a chef and I could cook for myself, and I'll be better off that way. So I just want to address the remark that she said that is traditional Italian cooking. Absolutely, hell no, it is not traditional cooking. Definitely not. In Italian, um, cooking, we make everything from scratch. It's homemade tomato sauce, homemade meatballs. Sure, the pasta may not be home, and our salad is freshly made. So that video in itself was very, very frustrating, and did not start off the video the way I wanted it to. But now let's move on to our next cooking video. I think this one should hopefully be a little bit better.
All right, let's take a look at the ingredients right now. Okay, here's all the ingredients. Now, when I mean lazy man's lasagna, I mean lazy. That's why you got these. Normally, I would be shot for being Italian and using these jars of sauce. But if you need something quick and easy, grab your 2 favorite jars of sauce at the store, okay? Grab a thing of ricotta cheese. You're gonna need about 1 pound of mozzarella. Sometimes it comes in a square, sometimes it comes in a ball. You're gonna need 2 pounds of macaroni and one of these pans to serve it. And try and get the kind that have the plastic lid on it. Now, normally we would put meat in this sauce, but since the classroom that we're serving this to may have vegetarians, we're gonna leave the meat out. First thing you're gonna wanna do is grind up the mozzarella, okay? Now, normally you can get shredded, but it's more expensive. I think it's like twice the price. So I'd rather just grind it up. I'm not that lazy in lazy man's lasagna, okay? Then I'm gonna cook the macaroni and heat up the sauce, and then we're gonna just throw it all together. It's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so the whole objective is, I always use the sink to mix everything because if it spills over, it's not a mess. It goes in the sink, I rinse it off. So let's start with the sauce. We're gonna slowly, now I'm not the best at pouring this stuff, but we're gonna slowly put it in the pan here. There we go. Whoa, that shot right back at me. I'll give you guys a shot of that later, but right now, let's work while it's hot. That's the key, okay? So there's your sauce. Then you're gonna take your mozzarella that we shredded. You're gonna put that in next, okay? And obviously in the heat, that's just gonna all start melting. So it's gonna be beautiful. You put that in there. Then the hot macaroni is gonna go in on top of that. But first what I wanna do is, this is the key, is to mix in the cheese first. Let's get that just kind of started on the melting process. Just a little bit. You're gonna see that right there? You're gonna mix all that cheese in there. See it starting to melt? Not all the way, but just get it warm. There we go. And then you're gonna dump the pasta right in on that. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. Still hot, burning hot. You throw that in, whoop, there we go. That'll work. All right. And then once again, let me see if I can tip this so you can see okay. And then I'm gonna mix this all in. Once again, you can always add more cheese if needed, but let's see where we're at first. It's all experimenting. It's not like baking. Baking has to be precise. Pasta doesn't. Okay, now you see, look how beautiful that is. It's getting all melted together. Now we're gonna put in these. Now, once again, I'm doing a double batch. Sorry. It's the fun part of cooking. I'm just gonna scoop that right out there. Put that in there. And since I'm doing a double batch, I'm gonna do double ricotta. There we go, come on. And this is one of my favorite cheeses. I grew up putting this in my macaroni all the time. I didn't even wait for ravioli night. And that gets mixed in. All right, now if you mix it properly, it's gonna look just like this. It's gonna almost be really clumped together, but it's gonna be just enough to slide right off the spoon. Now, it's time to plate this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fill these up for the kids. This thing, it's burning hot. Okay, let's try this again. All right. This isn't one of my smoother videos, but it's good. I promise you that. Here we go. Just gonna start dumping it right in there. I hope I made enough. Yeah, I think I did. Put that out, put a little bit more. Probably like that. We're gonna move that over there. Bring the other one over here. See if that works. There we go. Oh my gosh. It's coming together, I swear. It's a lot more fun when you have family around to laugh at you. Okay, so, whew, that was difficult. It's really easier than that, I'm telling you, especially if you have family helping you. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now let me give you just a few more tips before I say goodbye.
Okay, so where do I begin? You just said that was difficult. Yes, that actually was difficult to sit and watch. He called it lazy man lasagna. Well, basically, it's just a baked ziti with the addition of ricotta cheese. That's fine. I'm not going to say anything about that. I know a lot of people like to add ricotta cheese to their baked ziti, and it's good. I personally don't like ricotta cheese in my baked ziti. I just think it gives it like a flavor that it does not need. However, that's not my issue with this video. My particular issue with this video and his cooking of his lazy man lasagna, or in my case, what I'm going to call baked ziti, is that the pasta is severely overcooked. You should never be able to see pasta be turning white. Al dente pasta is yellow. Now, when pasta turns white when you are cooking it and when you drain it, it is overdone. And there is nothing in this world that is worse than overcooked pasta. Overcooked pasta is mushy, absolutely disgusting, and it does not stick to whatever sauce you are using. One of the worst things you could do to an Italian person like me is cook them pasta and overcook the hell out of it. It's just unappetizing. Add to the fact that he's going to be tossing that into the oven, it's going to overcook more and become like a pasta pudding. Now, think about it. Does pasta pudding sound appetizing to you or delicious to you? Absolutely not. So, if you're going to cook baked ziti, my tip would be to undercook the pasta. Do not cook it until it becomes yellow because then it is absolutely disgusting. Any true Italian, any authentic Italian would not eat at your place if you overcook pasta. They would leave. They would make up 1,000 excuses why they don't want to eat there, and certainly I don't blame them. If that pasta was cooked properly, that would have been an amazing dish. But to me, the overcooking of the macaroni or pasta, in this case, which was penne, which is not ziti, that is what turned me off from his dish. So I feel like my friends are trying to tell me that they're not good cooks or they don't know how to cook Italian food because they're choosing pretty poor examples of Italian cooking for the first 2 of our 8 videos. So hopefully they redeem themselves with our next video here. I'm dying to see this person's version of chicken parmesan. Now, I have no idea which YouTuber makes each dish or anything like that. I just know the title of what they put in my studio. So up next, we have one of my all-time favorite Italian dishes, and this one better be good because you cannot insult my favorite Italian dish, or I'll be really upset and you might lose a friend. But anyway, up next is chicken parmesan.
Hello everybody, today we make a chicken parmigiana. When I cook this, it gotta be so delicious I want to cook on the side a little pasta. See you one. Now for my chicken parmigiana, I got over here the chicken breast already salt and black pepper. 2 cloves garlic for fry my chicken. I scramble already 2 eggs. I put salt and black pepper. I got my sauce already. I got my breadcrumb. I put black pepper and a little salt. And I got the flour, the same thing I did. And I got mozzarella, I slice already the mozzarella. And I got my Parmigiano cheese. Okay, now we start to fry the chicken. I got over here the pots on already, and we use olive oil. We make a little extra oil, like I want to fry so beautiful this chicken. And I got 2 cloves of garlic. Like this, I give the chicken good taste. Now we wait to warm up a little bit, the oil, and we start with the breast chicken. And we put a flour. Eggs. And go on the breadcrumb. Nice. It gotta be so good with this chicken. Okay, the garlic start to bubble, the oil, and we start to put the frosted piece of chicken. And now we start to do the rest of the stuff, because we gotta do a little bit more fast. Now we leave it cook both sides. Okay, you gotta be nice gold color. Okay, now I turn it this side to get so everybody can see it's a beautiful color. Now I gotta make the same color on the other side. Okay, now let's check on the other side. Oh, look how beautiful, huh? Now we put right over here on the spots with the sauce. And this, we turn the gas off over here. And this sauce, it's my omega sauce. This sauce, it's that one, no sweat, no sauce. Okay, look how beautiful. All right. Now, this is done. Got a little, I'm gonna put the garlic, but the oil I gotta put. Now, we use little sauce right on the top, like this. Okay, now this you gotta go in the oven 10 minutes, because already the chicken is pretty good to cook. I got the oven at 400 degrees, it can go in the oven. All right, good. Okay, now we take the chicken out. Look how beautiful look. All right. And now we put a little Parmigiano cheese like this. Okay, it's enough. And now the mozzarella. Pasquale, make sure to not touch the handle. Okay, now let's go back the oven. To melt my mozzarella. Good. Now, when the mozzarella is done, we take out and we want to make on the side a little pasta. Okay, now the water boil and let's put the pasta. Okay, now the pasta is done and I want to drain the pasta. Okay, now the chicken is done. Oh, look how beautiful it looks. Good. Okay, look how beautiful my chicken parmigiano. The mozzarella melted so beautiful. Now I want to taste. I got a little linguine. Good. And I want to put my chicken right on the side over here. Oh, look at mozzarella, look at this. Okay, we put it right over here. A little sauce on my pasta. And I got Parmigiano cheese. A little bit more. You need, no? Okay, now. Look at the sauce, how beautiful. Look at my sauce and my chicken. So good. Now my chicken. Look how beautiful, look. It's really, really good. I got my oh yeah baby right over here. Little pasta. Oh yeah baby. E cin cin e salute David Barry. Salute, cin cin. Thank you very much, David Barry. So good, this chicken parmigiano. Thank you.
Wow, finally a good cooking video. I have nothing but great things to say about that chicken parmesan cooking video. It was fantastic. Of course it is, because Chef Pasquale is an amazing Italian chef. And I learned something new. Next time I make chicken parmesan, I personally am going to incorporate garlic into the oil that I'm frying the chicken parm. That's going to give it a nice flavor. So overall, my reaction to that chicken parm video, awesome way of cooking chicken parmesan. And you don't have to use many dishes. Like for example, when I make chicken parmesan, I fry my chicken and then I put it on a cookie sheet, and I just put tomato sauce on top of the chicken, and then of course the cheese, and I put it in the oven. But he did it a different way. He just used a regular saute pan and put that in the oven. So that's a way of doing it. But overall, a great chicken parm video, and that is a great way of making chicken parmesan. He also cooked his linguine the best way you could cook it, and that is by just simply putting it into a pan of hot, salted, boiling water. You don't have to crack it or break it in half. You're just wasting your time doing that. You could just dump it right in, and it will cook just like any normal pasta would cook. So my friends did save themselves with that video. So thank you guys for that amazing video. So now I'm kind of intrigued about what the next Italian video is on. It says it's a surprise. So I'm not one that likes surprises. So I'm eagerly awaiting to see what this cooking video is. Hopefully it is a good one. Ew, what the hell kind of pasta is that? It looks like a bird took a shit all over it with that blue crap in it. That's actually disgusting. I've seen that video on Facebook before today's video, and I was absolutely sickened by it. And seeing it again just shows me how far society has come in proving their ignorance and how stupid some people really are. Why would you boil Gatorade and then cook elbow macaroni in it and then make a bechamel sauce with Gatorade? That is absolutely disgusting. Um, Really, really gross. I would not recommend making that for anybody unless you absolutely hated that particular person and you wanted them to die of disgust before they actually ate. Then you can make that dish. Then I think they would appreciate that. But that is absolutely disgusting, and it just makes me sick to watch that. So I just wasted about 2 minutes of my life watching that disgusting video. It looked like the Blue Meanie would eat that. Something the Blue Meanie wrestler would eat. That nasty looking Gatorade pasta. And by the way, how is that Italian? Gatorade is an American product, and so ain't elbow macaroni. But anyway, nonetheless, we're going to move on to my next video that my friends have chosen for me. Now, this is labeled macaroni and butter, which is an Italian dish. However, it's real simple to make, so I don't know how I'm going to react to this one, but let's just check it out anyway. Wow, that was an interesting video. The only thing I have to say about that, other than it's pretty simple to make, is that it actually looks very delicious. Garlic, cheese, butter, seasoning, herbs. What more can you ask for? That looks very good. I definitely would have a bite of that. Um, Especially considering it has my favorite kind of pasta, which is rigatoni, which is like ziti. You can make a lot of things with rigatoni. You can make rigatoni alla vodka, rigatoni and sausage. So rigatoni is a very versatile pasta, and it's really, really good. So that was a really good cooking video, and that's a good way to utilize a very simple Italian dish or Italian American dish that came here from the Italian immigrants when they traveled here to the United States of America. Now, pasta and butter was a dish that was created during the Great Depression. It utilized pasta, which is relatively cheap back then. It is still relatively cheap today, but it's a really good staple food. And butter, anything goes better with butter in my personal experience. So that was a great cooking video. And that was a good one for my friends to choose. I thought it was just going to be simple because pasta and butter is really simple, but it had extra ingredients in it that made it look much better. So since we're a little bit more than the halfway point of today's video, and it's a little bit quiet in my comments, I do want to remind everybody that you can actually share your reactions to the videos that I'm showing you. So what is your reaction to the cooking videos? Make sure you comment in the comments, and I will show your reaction as well. And since I am knowledgeable in Italian cooking, and since I consider myself a chef, I would be more than happy to answer any of your cooking questions. So if you have any Italian food or cooking questions, post them in the comments for me to answer, and I would be more than happy to do that for you. All right, so now we're going to go back into our video. Now, this next video must be a prank because I think my friends that chose these videos are playing a prank on me because in no way in hell would have to freeze over that this would be considered Italian food. They have labeled this video as spaghetti sandwich. There is no such thing as spaghetti sandwich that is Italian. But anyway, let's go ahead and check it out.
All right, Daddy Jack's cooking with the blues. So I had some leftover spaghetti in the fridge, and it triggered one of my favorite memories of, we'd have leftover spaghetti. And back then, we ate Wonder Bread. We butter the Wonder Bread and make these spaghetti sandwiches. So I was thinking about that, and what could I do a little different? I came up with an idea of doing a spaghetti grilled cheese. And so my buddy Dominic, I just got on the phone with him, and he's from Brooklyn, New York, great Italian, chef, and his mom was such a tremendous cook. And I said, hey, do you ever eat a spaghetti sandwich? He said, oh my God, yes. With the buttered Italian bread and make a sandwich. So here we got the leftover spaghetti. And just so it's a little bit easier to handle, I'm going to cut it up just a little bit. So it's a little bit easier to work with, okay? And then, so of course, American cheese or whatever cheese you want to use, but I'm not going to put a lot of cheese on here. Well, be enough. Go big or stay home. But trust me, these days I'm kind of eating much differently than I used to, and but I'm just gonna have a taste of this one. I love that noise. My mouth is already watering. Thinking about it. I don't know, it's fun. It's something, you know, for the kids. I think the kids would really like this. So nice, easy. Well, I'm gonna say that for Axel. Okay, so we're gonna put another piece on top. Okay. Check it out what I'm gonna do now. I just want to put a little bit extra butter in the bottom. Okay. Okay. Flip that over. All right. Already got a nice sizzle going. And look what I'm going to do here. There's a little bit of garlic. Okay. So we're going to let that go. You got to, you know, low and slow is the way to do this. And just make sure that everything gets hot all the way through. Everything nicely grilled. We'll be back in about 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Okay, Axel? All right, come on in. So I already hit this side here. I flipped it once, but I'm going to put just a little bit of Parmigiani on there. Okay? Let's get a little jiggy with it. Oh yeah, we're getting some color now. Oh yeah. And we're almost there. Turn it down a little bit. Slow cook it. Make sure that spaghetti cooks all the way through. Daddy Jack's cooking with the blues here. Just having some fun. This will be great for kids. Who doesn't love grilled cheese sandwich? I said this will make a great food truck. An Italian grilled cheese food truck. Grilled cheese with meatballs, with sausage, with Italian roast beef, peppers, vegetarian, you know, peppers and onions, mushrooms, you name it. So kind of give me a good idea. We'll be back about 1 more minute. We're ready to go. All righty, right. We are red-eye gravy. But here's our sandwiches. Titus, you ready?
Yeah, sure am.
All right. So, to me, it's on how you cut a sandwich, too. So, I think this one here, it's got to go. Okay? So you got triangles. Here you go, Titus.
Nice, this looks good.
Take a seat. Let me know what you think. Here we go. Really, you know how you cut a sandwich, like again, like texture. It's to me, it affects the taste. What do you think, Titus?
It's really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll be right back. I gotta take a quick picture of this here. All right, let's try it out.
Wow. Wow, oh wow, it's my reaction to that. Nah, I'm good. I don't think I'll try any of that spaghetti grilled cheese. That doesn't look appetizing to me. Pasta is an entree, it is not a sandwich. And you cannot turn pasta into a sandwich. In my personal opinion, if you grew up eating spaghetti sandwiches, all the power to you. But I personally don't like spaghetti sandwiches. So that's just my reaction to that. But I do like the idea of other Italian grilled cheeses. Italian chicken parm grilled cheese, Italian meatball grilled cheese, sausage, peppers, and onions, grilled cheese. Those sound appetizing, but just keep pasta away from them because pasta in itself is an entree and not a side dish or not a sandwich. Obviously, there are some pasta side dishes like macaroni and cheese, but for this case, pasta is not a sandwich. Okay, we've got two more cooking videos that people are making Italian dishes out of. And these are two of my other favorite Italian dishes. Well, one dish is actually half French, half Italian, but it's still considered an Italian dish nonetheless. So the next dish we're going to watch be cooked, and I have no idea who made this, but this is a dish that I really enjoy making and I really enjoy eating at restaurants. And my family and some of my brothers like this dish as well. So we're going to see how chicken franchise or franchise is prepared. So let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Bill. I'm the cook here at Santo Restaurant in Southwick, Massachusetts. And today we're going to show you how to make chicken francais. So first we take our chicken breasts that have been filleted out and we're going to flour them. And then we're going to batter them in an egg wash. Then they're going to go back into the flour again. And then we're going to coat them and then back in the egg one last time. Alright, now we're going to cook off our chicken. Always check your oil, make sure it's hot.
How do you know when it's hot?
When the egg starts bubbling up.
How long is that going to saute for?
That's going to saute until it browns on the bottom, and then we're going to flip it, take out the excess oil, and then we're going to hit it with some white wine. Season the chicken with a little bit of salt and pepper. Just because there's no other actual seasonings that go into it. You only do it on one side. It starts browning up on the bottom like that, that's when you start flipping. Nice and brown, nice and even. Alright, now the chicken is nice and brown on both sides. Then we're going to take the excess oil out. And now we're going to hit it with white wine. Get white wine, our homemade chicken stock. And the juice of 3 lemons. Then we're going to hit it with some butter.
How much butter do you think you put in there?
It's about 2 tablespoons. Alright. When the chicken is done, we're going to take it out and set it aside. Another pan. Make our sauce. And take our roux. Put it in the sauce.
Now, what did you just add?
That's roux. It's a flour and butter that you cook up until it becomes really thick and
that's
use it for a
thicken
lot.
up your sauce?
Right, we use it for a lot of different dishes to thicken them up. now we're gonna take our chicken, plate it up. Alright, now we're gonna strain out whatever didn't cook up from the roux and plus the extra eggs. And that's our completed sauce. Alright, and that's our chicken francais.
How do you know when the pan is hot, or how do you know when the oil is hot? Well, why don't you stick your finger in there and find out? Just kidding. Obviously, you could feel the heat and know it's hot then, or dip some of the egg batter in there like they mentioned in the video. But anyways, this chicken franchise looked pretty good. It's made very similar to the way that I make my chicken franchise. And don't worry, I will do a live video making homemade chicken franchise, or my version of chicken franchise. So that will be coming up in the next few months, hopefully. But anyway, the video was pretty good. The only thing that I personally would change about the way that the chicken franchise was cooked would be that I would have removed the chicken from the pan and kept a little bit of the oil and made the roux in the same pan that he had made the chicken in, because of flavor. We never want to remove any of the flavor that is coming from that pan when we are cooking. And two, also, you would not have that extra flour that was stuck at the bottom, and you never had to drain that. But it was a really good chicken franchise. It looked delicious, and certainly I would eat that chicken franchise. So someone was asking me the other day, what would you serve chicken franchise with? For me, from my experience, it does not go with anything but pasta. Egg noodles are great, or regular pasta. Just because I think the lemon sauce goes great over egg noodles, buttered egg noodles, or regular pasta. But if you don't like pasta, you could have mashed potatoes, broccolini, or vegetables. But to me, chicken franchise goes better with pasta. All right. So that brings us to my last video for this week's edition of Chef Alex Reacts to Other People's Cooking. This one is another favorite of mine. I learned about this particular dish when I was still in culinary school. So we're going to watch somebody cook chicken marsala. That comes from Marsala, Italy, and its special ingredient is marsala wine. Let's check it out.
Today we're making a creamy, comforting Italian classic. It's chicken marsala. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. You're watching Preppy Kitchen, where I, John Cannell, teach you how to make delicious homemade dishes to share with your family and friends. This chicken marsala will be ready before you know it, so let's get started. First off, mince about 2 tablespoons of garlic, give it a good smash, and then mince it up. I read 2 tablespoons as 5 cloves, in case you're wondering. Set the garlic aside, and now we're just gonna prep the chicken. For this recipe, I'm using 2 chicken breasts, which is about 1.5 pounds. We're gonna slice this down the middle to 2 cutlets, and now pound it out really quickly. Don't forget to wash your hands. We're gonna sprinkle the chicken evenly with about 1.5 teaspoons of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. There we go. Flip it over and repeat. The nice thing about this dish is it's so easy. It's a weeknight treat. And it's just the perfect combination of like creamy with a lot of depth of flavor from the marsala itself, and of course the mushrooms. Add about 1/2 cup of flour onto a shallow dish or a little bowl. You could also do this in a plastic bag if you prefer. And now we're just gonna dredge the chicken. This will help it brown up and really like capture a lot of the flavor from the juices, and set it aside. You do want to make sure to dust off any excess flour. If you'd like to add some extra spices or herbs to your dredging mixture, go ahead. There are so many delicious flavors that you can add, but for today, we're going to keep it nice and classic. Now that our chicken is dredged, it's time to go onto the pan. Use a big pan and either have a stainless one or a cast iron if possible. They're gonna give you a really nice browning on the chicken. Heat about a 1/4 cup of olive oil over medium-high heat until you see it start to shimmer. My olive oil is dancing in the pan, so we are going to cook the chicken for 3 to 4 minutes on either side until it's browned. Turn it over once it's lightly browned. While the chicken's cooking, grab a wire rack for it to drain and rest on. Chicken marsala goes with a ton of things, but in my opinion, the best is pasta that's freshly cooked with a little bit of browned butter and some salt. My chicken is lightly browned. I'm gonna set it onto a wire rack to hang out for a bit. If things got a little crazy in the pan, you can wipe it down and just get some of the charred bits out. Those are not gonna have as much flavor as the browned bits, they're different. And now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and place this over medium heat. Now I'm adding 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms. You can use any mushroom you enjoy. These are button mushrooms, but cremini, brown mushrooms, they're all great. And this is about as many mushrooms as your pan can handle before it becomes overcrowded. Sprinkle in half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of pepper. Stir occasionally, and you want to see some color on those mushrooms. If your pan has a nice even heat like this one, you don't have to worry about moving the mushrooms around that much. You really just have to flip them over once or twice. If you have some hot spots though, go ahead and move them around. Mushrooms are one of my favorite things to eat. I will just order a big plate of mushrooms at restaurants when that's available. So this dish is a no-brainer. Okay, once your mushrooms are lightly browned, you're gonna add the garlic in and stir a lot. Don't let that garlic burn. That's a recipe for bitter unhappiness. Immediately you get this wonderful aromatic whiff of garlic coming out. You wanna get it a little bit translucent, not burnt. I'm getting occasional whiffs of this marsala and it's so good. It's the key ingredient in cannolis and it just has this wonderful flavor to it. You should definitely have some in your pantry. 1 minute later, we're gonna sprinkle in a tablespoon of flour and just coat everything with the flour and let it toast up a bit. We're gonna measure out 3/4 cup of marsala right now. Marsala is a fortified wine, so it has a little bit of brandy in it basically. Okay. If you don't have marsala but you want to make this, you can use a dry white wine with a tablespoon or so of brandy added to it. Okay, immediately it looks silky, velvety. It's everything you want it to be. After the alcohol is cooked down, we're going to add half a cup of chicken stock, mix it in. And now we're gonna reduce the heat to low and just let this simmer and reduce to become this velvety, buttery sauce that you're gonna love. Our sauce is thickened up and now it's time to stir in a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. After you add the cream in, it's time to return the chicken to where it belongs, which is that warm, creamy pan. Place that in. We're gonna let this warm through on medium-low to low heat for 2 to 4 minutes, depending on how cold it is in your kitchen. It makes a difference. My chicken's warmed through, this smells delicious, and it's ready to plate. I'll be serving mine with linguine. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my dinner playlist. So delicious, no one's gonna believe how easy it was. I'll see you in the next video.
That was a great chicken marsala video. Pretty much the same way I make my chicken marsala, with the exception that I've never used heavy cream in my marsala sauce. But I'm willing to give that a try. I bet it makes a great marsala sauce. I also use real marsala wine. I don't use the cooking wine in the store because I find that the cooking wine, the cooking Marsala wine from Holland House at the grocery store and Walmart, it has way too much sodium and way too much salt in it. But I do know that some people don't like to use real wine to cook with because they think it's wasting a delicious quality Marsala wine. But believe me, you're going to have a better tasting chicken marsala or veal marsala dish if you use the real marsala wine instead of the cooking marsala wine by Holland House. So that was a very good chicken marsala video. Okay, that's pretty much everything I have for you today. I want to thank you guys for being a part of my very first cooking and baking video podcast. Chef Alex here saying thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next Wednesday where I'm going to do my very first baking video reactions. I'm going to react to other people's baking. I want to see someone make a red velvet cake and some of my other favorite desserts. So to my friends that are responsible for putting this series together and to my friends that are responsible for picking the videos, you guys got some tough work to do because I have some videos that I want, and I'm going to send you the requirements tomorrow morning when you guys get out of work. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please comment if you have any questions or suggestions, and please share it with your friends. With that being said, Chef Alex saying thank you for tuning in. And before I leave, just like I do in all my live streams, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Real Alex Cardinale, for all of my live streams. They'll be uploaded and they'll also be live streamed to my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe there, The Real Alex Cardinale. Make sure you cook good quality Italian food. If you need tips for cooking good quality Italian food, stay tuned. I will have Italian cooking food tips for you in the very near future. Go Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know football season is starting really soon. But I'll see you next Wednesday for the next edition of Chef Alex Returns. Goodbye, everybody. You are dismissed. Thank you so much for tuning in.